Welcome to the SMYB YouTube channel. We're going to start a brand new knife. We got an email from a customer and we're super excited about it. And we're going to build him a knife. He saw the video of the boating knife, the river knife, and asked to build one and asked for some modifications, which is really cool. I like that because we could do custom stuff. So he wanted a bit of a hawk tip on it. So we drew this up and we're about to cut it out. Now this one's kind of interesting because it has a big loop on the back instead of the bottle opener that we had before, so we get to do some machining. I've got it all planned out to use the rotary table, so I did a bunch of math here for what the center needs to be and the offset, including 1/2 the diameter of the bit, which I always forget, but we should be able to put a 1 circle here and have a 150 thousandths thickness and do the outside of this circle also. We're going to do a 1/2 inch hole here. I think I'm just going to drill that one, but we're going to use the rotary table for this one and machine it out. So we're going to drill 1/8 inch holes in both of these, and then I'll just continually step up the bits on this one till we get to 1/2 inch, and hopefully all goes well. We're going to play around with the outside dimensions of this. I don't know if this is going to feel very good, but we're going to check it out. Kind of fighting with the tip here on the end, but I'm sure it'll work out. So here's the beginning. Let's get her started.
Here we go again, Ollie. That intro was nice. This blade looks like it will be epic.
Yeah, I wonder what he'll screw up this time. I can't wait to call him an idiot again.
I don't recommend upsetting our employer. That could end in tragedy.
Alrighty then, shall we get started? We seem to have missed a bunch already.
Indeed. Murphy is aligning the quill of the milling machine with the center of the rotary table for indexing. When he fastens the blade to the table and aligns it with the end mill, it will cut perfect circles in precisely the right location.
Do you think all of this accuracy is needed for a simple river knife?
Perhaps not, but anything worth doing is worth doing right. Besides that, this customer deserves the best product that we can produce.
I can understand that, I guess. Hey! Is that Luke Skywalker's lightsaber on the left side of the table?
It looks to be exactly that. That's awesome.
He ought to let me borrow that thing. I could really cut some stuff up.
Okay, here's the setup. Not sure how this is going to go, but we're set up at 7128 on the x-axis, and we're going to spin this guy around. So far it looks like everything clears. I got it offset off the table with the parallel so I don't dig a hole in my table. Yeah, it should work.
Here he goes. Ollie, do you want to bet whether he's going to break that tiny 1/8 inch end mill? I'll bet he breaks it. For sure. Yep.
I'm not much of a betting man, but I'll take that bet. What are the stakes?
If he breaks it, you have to sing Britney Spears' song Baby One More Time.
Okay, and what if I win?
If you win, I'll give you my entire paycheck for this video.
Deal. I accept your terms.
Like taking candy from a baby. There is no way this idiot can get through this complicated procedure without destroying that poor end mill.
O ye of little faith! You must remember that Mr. Murphy is a master craftsman, and his skills are second to none.
Whoa, heavy metal.
Looks like we made it through the machining Ollie. The end mill is a real survivor.
You're right. I can't believe it. I admit defeat and declare you the winner. Let's be honest though, I think everybody wanted to hear you sing Brittany.
It was a foolish bet, old friend. It's unwise to assume our employer will fail. I will use the proceeds from this transaction to send Mr. Murphy a new box of Band-Aids for that cut on his thumb.
I was going to say something about that. What kind of knife maker cuts his thumb? I think he did that on Chad's knife. Ha 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 ha. What an idiot.
Ollie, please try to be more respectful. We all know that accidents happen. It's time to start grinding the primary bevels. This knife is going to be a challenge. The bevel is slightly over 2 inches wide, and the sanding belt is 2 inches wide, but the concave shape of the cutting edge will make this step very difficult. We wanted to make this bevel concave at first, but he soon found out that it was not going to work, so he switched to the flat platen to make a flat grind. The same issue is still present, but the flat grind will make it a little easier to get the bevel mostly ground. The final adjustments will have to be made in the hand sanding phase. Jimping is a textured section on the spine of the blade that will provide an area for your thumb to grip the knife while in use. After enclosing the blade in a stainless steel foil packet, we are ready to harden the steel. The first step is to heat it up to 1975 degrees and cool it down very quickly. We will be using 2 aluminum plates connected to a vise to clamp the blade tight and let conduction draw the heat out of the steel. This process converts the austenite into martensite, which is very hard but makes the steel brittle.
freaking out. You ready? All the work on this blade is about to come down to this. Three, two, one. Done.
Holy crap, Ollie. It looks like he opened a portal to the center of the sun.
Yes, that is very hot, indeed. Needless to say, do not try this at home. Blowing compressed air in between the plates helps remove the heat a little faster.
Yeah, you better close that door. There's still enough heat in there to burn your skin right off.
And noisy. Holy shit, that is the fucking blazes of hell in there.
What a potty mouth.
Tell you what, that does cool it off fast. It's down to 90 degrees.
After testing the temperature of the blade, we can now remove it and continue cooling it down even colder. He is transferring it from the quench plates into the freezer to drop it from about 100 degrees down to 0.
Order 66.
Let's check out the cryo setup for the next step. We tried to use RV antifreeze and dry ice to make the negative 100-degree bath needed for cryo treatment, but it did not turn out like we wanted. That slurry only got down to about negative 10 degrees. The antifreeze formed a frozen shell around the dry ice and insulated it from cooling down all of the liquid. Now that the knife is in the cryo bath of acetone and dry ice, let's measure the temperature with an ohm meter and a 100 ohm platinum RTD. We need to get this steel down to about -95 degrees to convert the retained austenite into martensite to get the highest performance for this blade. The steel is now as hard as we can make it, but we will need to anneal it to put some elasticity back into the steel so it is not brittle and break or chip during use. For the properties that we are looking for, we will heat the blade back up to 300 degrees and hold it there for 2 hours. This will be repeated twice to ensure a good tempering.
Time to make it look pretty and shiny. Hey look! Lieutenant Dishwasher has got legs.
Ollie, that is extremely disrespectful. I swear you're going to get fired. We're making the handle scales now. He starts by cutting 2 pieces of black and grey G10 material, clamping them to the knife. Using the holes in the blade as a drill guide, he'll drill through one side and pin them in place, then clamp the other scale to the knife, pull one pin and drill through the first hole into the second scale. Once the holes are drilled, he will be sanding down the scales to match the knife and sculpt the sides and edges for a comfortable fit. The sheath for the knife is next. This thermoform plastic will make an excellent retention type sheath for this river knife.
And it has a carbon fiber design. That's freaking sweet. Lieutenant Dishwasher is back. Attention on deck.
She's going to beat the living crap out of you, Ollie. Just like my girlfriend whipped the snot out of you behind the pub while Barcode was playing.
Oh yeah. We don't need to hear about that again. Wait. You're dating that Jezebel?
I must caution you, Ollie. I have very low tolerance for anyone insulting my beloved. You're on very thin ice. Be careful.
Hey, look over there. He's pulling off the protective coating. Very cool.
To make the thermoplastic pliable, he heats it up to 300 degrees and places it in the foam clamp to form the plastic around the knife. Sanding and shaping the sheath is important to get just the right amount of retention on the knife, so it will hold it securely, but still easily removed when needed. Minor adjustments can be made by using a heat gun to re-soften the plastic and form it just right. Almost done. Kenneth is now sharpening the knife, starting with 50 grit diamond stones to establish the edge and moving through consecutive grits for refining, and finally finishing off with 1600 grit ceramic and a leather strop. Periodically, he'll be checking the condition of the edge and the secondary bevels with a digital microscope.
Oh, here it is. He's going to cut himself.
Nonsense, Ollie. He's testing the sharpness of the blade. If it shaves hair in one single pass, it's good to go. And look at it slice that paper. Oh, that's sharp. As the laser engraver finishes up the last of the personalization on this knife, we will wrap things up on our end. Thank you all for joining us on another adventure.
Yeah, thanks everybody. Too bad this guy didn't do anything stupid, so we could tease him for being an idiot.
We hope that you all enjoyed this video and hope to see you on the next one. We'll turn it over to our master craftsman, Mr. Murphy, to close out. And I'm off to collect Ollie's paycheck.
You were serious about that?
All right, we finished another one, another finish line. Look at this, another rafting / river knife. AEB-L stainless steel, G10 handles, black and gray, custom laser engraving. Super shiny, love it. Okay, got some jimping on the back. Custom Hawksbill design. Comes with a Kydex sheath, because again we're on the river, we can't have any leather for sure. Custom fit to the blade. Kind of hard to do this one-handed, but she slides in there, and I'll show you that in a second. Super fun to make. We're at the end of the video, so you've already seen it. We did the milling machine to make the circle around the end, cut out the center. Off camera I did a whole bunch of grinding and file work. Ended up making this a bottle opener, snuck that in there. It's also a pinky loop. Got a thumb recess up here with some jimping on it. Give you some grip while your hands are wet. Very cool. Hawksbill river knife, rafting knife. Love it. Okay, as usual, the other parts that go in the kit, we got the knife and the sheath. Also, wanted to talk about the sheath a little bit. It's custom form fitted to the blade, clips in there nice, retains really well. It's got a built-in belt loop or pocket clip if you're going to be carrying it that way, or it's got this piece right here that I've added onto the back of the thing and secured with some screws. Take the screws out, wrap it around one of the straps of your life jacket, screw it back together, and it will rest on your life jacket. And then you can yank it out if you need to cut a rope or whatever the deal is. Carry it however you need to. Get it as wet as much as you want, because stainless steel does not rust. Sharpen this one at 20-degree angle. It is razor sharp, so be careful. Okay, as usual, there's stuff that went into building this stuff we're going to include to the kit that we give to the customer. Got some offcuts of the AEB-L stainless steel. This is in the annealed state as I receive it, so this is nice and soft, but a couple of pieces that came out of the knife, and then a circle that came out of that I milled out of the center there. Super fun stuff. Then we have a couple of 4 pieces of G10 that came off of the handle. Kind of see where they came from. something like that. And then a couple of spare pieces of the Kydex, carbon fiber, decorated, of course. This little piece is super interesting. I had to build a little filler for the knife blade so that it would come out of the sheath. If you put the Kydex together with this negative recess in here, it'll trap the blade inside of the Kydex. So I built this to tape on there so that the knife would form around it and leave a pocket in that area so the knife would come in and out. And then we got the stainless steel foil that we used to keep the oxygen off the knife while it was heat treating. Super sharp edges on these, so hopefully the customer don't cut himself on those. Here is the template that we started with. Downloaded a random picture off the internet. We did ended up modifying it quite a bit, so it looks quite a bit different than the original, so there's no problems there. Got a package in here with instructions on description on how the thing was made and what the parts went into it, whatnot. Business card. This front of the business card takes you to my website, which looks like this. I think everybody should go there. This is a knife for a giveaway that we recently gave away. Troy Boy tribute knife. Congratulations to Jamie for winning that one. Super fun. Lots of other stuff on my website. Lots of different knives, daggers, hunting knives, pack knives, just all kinds of stuff that we build. Damascus wedding rings, swords, all kinds of stuff. So check us out there at www.smyb.me. On the back of the card, that I do laser engrave myself, is a QR code that will take you to my YouTube channel. So check it out. Well, this is where you're at, so I guess you already checked it out, but not a ton of videos on there, but I'm starting out, making some decent videos. Got some funny little commentators in there, but check it out if you're interested. So that's about it. Let's go ahead and put this thing back in here and see if this bottle opener works on a bottle of carbonated apple juice. See if I can set you down just right. Get the mouse out the way. Show you how well the knife clips into the... Oh yeah, nice click in there. Look at that. Okay, I'm gonna open this apple juice with the knife in the sheath so I'm not cutting myself again. Thanks a lot, Chad. All right, here we go. Carbonated apple juice. Oh yeah, successful test. Have some of that apple juice in a little bit, but yeah, this was a lot of fun to make between the machining and the hardening and clamping it between the aluminum plates and the cryo tempering, or the cryo treatment that it had to go through, the tempering. This was a lot of fun to make this knife, so thanks a lot to David. Really appreciate the fact that you emailed me, and I'm happy to make this knife for you. Hopefully it works out well for you. Other than that, that's about it for us. If you want a knife made, check out the website or email me at smyb.me@gmail.com. Shout out to my brother. It's his birthday today. Happy birthday, UD. Other than that, I'm going to have my apple juice, and we will talk to you all later.